Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 Kaiserreich, the Ottoman Empire. Let us continue on from where we last left off. So we have established ourselves as, a nice little dictatorship of the Ottoman People's Party. And we even seized 2 little territories from Bulgaria. Overall, I would say, a fantastic start to our campaign. Okay, abolish the Marseille Code. After this, a new constitution? That sounds good, right? Yeah, I believe in the Constitution. So the proclamation of the Ottoman Code. Replacing the Shira-based Marseille, which has been in use since the start of the Tasmanian era during the second half of the 19th century, the new Ottoman Civil Code has included substantial differences concerning both the status of women and influence of religion within the Ottoman society, which has already caused significant discontent in the more conservative areas of the empire. Following the rising feminist movement and following the policies concerning co-education during the 20s, the new civil code now officially recognizes men and women as equals, bans polygamy, makes legal marriage compulsory, and implements a wide variety of acts concerning personal freedom. 10% stability, we're at negative 29, but that's okay. We'll crawl out of this hole, maybe. Okay, the Committee for Constitution. Pressured by his government, Sultan Abdullah II has officially announced the creation of the Sublime Committee for Constitution. A vast array of reforms proposals have already been submitted to the office of the Grand Vizier, who has not yet announced the head of the committee. Unaware to the public, various internal elements of the party have already started to reorganize themselves into 2 sides. Ali Fuad Pasha, close friend and associate of Kemal, has shown disagreement with the harsh party line and mangled opposition. Supported in this is various other members of the party. They argue against some of the more protectionist elements of Kemal's policy and have shown their discontent with the single-party dictatorship he seems to be pursuing. They are, however, opposed to this by the majority of the party, who have grown disillusioned with the slow and hindering progress of reforms under the fully democratic system. Izan Pasha, rising star within the ranks, has been able to capture the ear of Kemal and has requested a task to delegate to himself to make sure the entirety of their joint vision is implemented. Yes, you know what? Let's double down. Is that Pasha? Let's go. The Ottoman People Party, it's got the word people in it. Therefore, it's for the people. Okay, the Ottoman State. The Sublime Committee for Constitution has been working tirelessly to write out our new constitution. The Parliament has started the process of approving the independent articles and submitting them for ratification by His Majesty the Sultan. Article 1. The Ottoman Empire comprises present territory and possessions and semi-dependent provinces. It forms an indivisible whole, from which no portion can be detached under any pretext whatsoever. Constantine is the capital of the Ottoman Empire. The city possesses no privileges or immunities particular to itself over the other towns of the empire. Thank you for the political power. Won't say no. And we will get a non-aggression pact with the Belgrade Pact for now. I don't really see a reason to say no to it, because I don't think there's any instance where we'd be going to war with either Romania, Serbia, or Greece. Okay, inequality in Iraq. Iraqi society has always been divided between the city dwellers and the Bedouins, and a caste of farmers working in the lands between the Tigris and the Euphrates. This latter group has, for the vast majority of its history, been separated from nearly all affairs, barring their immediate needs. It has made use of the communal agricultural grounds to satisfy their own and the needs of the city dwellers, benefiting from the almost non-existent authority imposed by the Ottoman Empire, who did only the bare minimum to maintain the semblance of order within the region. This group lives a poor but fairly content life. As Ottoman control of the cities increased at an explosive rate, the same evolution could not, however, be said amongst a much larger population of peasants. Still living in nearly the same conditions that their ancestors had done for centuries, the Turkish-educated elite, however, backed by their allies in the Iraqi walis, and discontent with the low agricultural output over the last 2 decades, increasingly privatized and seized the communal land, forcing many of the former residents into a sort of serfdom. They're not happy, which I'm not surprised by. Okay, the Sultan. The Ottoman sovereign, which holds the title of Supreme Caliph of Islam, belongs to the eldest prince of the House of Osman, in accordance with the rules established ab antiquo. Article 4. His Majesty the Sultan, in his role as Supreme Caliph, the protector of the Muslim religion. He is the sovereign and Padish of all Ottomans. Article 5. His Majesty the Sultan is irresponsible. His person is sacred. Article 6. The liberties, properties, real and personal, and the civil list of members of the Ottoman dynasty under the guarantee of all. Well, again, that's stability. Finland joined the Reichspakt, that's okay. More stability for us, and a standoff in America. So we got the classic 4-way civil war. Ooh, some human rights even. Article 10. All subject of the empire are called Ottomans without distinction, whatever faith they possess. 11. Every Ottoman enjoys personal liberty on condition of not interfering with the liberty of others. Personal liberty is wholly inviolable. No one can suffer punishment under any pretext whatsoever, except in cases determined by law and in accordance with the forms prescribed by it. Number 13. All Ottomans are created equal in the eyes of the law. They have the same rights and owe the same duties towards their country without prejudice to religion. Article 14. All Ottomans are admitted to public offices according to their fitness, merit, and ability. Ooh, again, we're getting the stability. Negative 24 does put us at negative 30% factory output, which is good. You know, it could be worse, I guess. And religion. As Caliph, the Sultan is the head of the Islamic faith and protector of Muslims both within and outside of his realm. His influence also stretches to the various religious organizations, orders, and schools that are deeply entrenched in our nation, which he both protects and funds with resources from the state treasury. This, however, also means that religion is part of every layer of Ottoman state and is deeply ingrained within the state apparatus. Mustafa Kemal, greatly influenced by the Liaset introduced by the French Revolution, is firmly opposed to keeping the status quo, and has dictated the Ottoman state should try to be willing to progress, needs to stand to an equal distance to every religion. So you can have everybody hate us. You know what? Everyone already hates us. Let's just double down on that real quick. Oh, that also was like yeah, that's cool. Negative 41% stability. We do hate to see it. Okay, the House of Parliament. In the Constitution of 1876, the House of Parliament were established comprising of the Parliament and a Senate. Grand Vizier, handpicked by the Sultan, presided over the Houses of Parliament, and this practice has thus far continued up until this day, but has been challenged in the last few years, as deputies argue that the head of the government should not be handpicked by the Sultan, but rather determined by Parliament. Even though this in practice already been the case since 1926, it should now be solidified. Hardliners of the party, however, have argued that that not the people, but the party should decide the position, since they are the embodiment of the will of the people, and further steps would be redundant. 10% stability. The Sultan gets our... Yeah, what do we want? I mean, we're at 76% popularity. Do one of you give me stability based on party popularity? You do. Well. So I actually want to boost our party popularity then. And then we can get affiliate Rika Bey. And he also gives a passive political power gain as well. So he's really like the 1-2 combo right there. Okay, the right to position. Well, one state, one language, one indivisible entity. Give me the political power, please. Everyone hates us. But I now got partial mobilization. Okay, women's rights. Everyone's going to hate this again, but that's okay. Congratulations, women. Negative 50% stability. Foreign policy. At the petition of the Ottoman people, the Sultan should have the sole authority to wage war and offer peace, command armies on land and sea, and conclude treaties in general. Or so argue the monarchists, who point to the 1976 Constitution, which first enshrined these privileges, but were removed by the CUP coup in 1909. Again, I don't... Yeah, Grand Vizier dictates foreign policies. Give me my party popularity, please. Okay, Baghdadi students protest difficult math questions. Basically, people in Baghdad hate math. That's fine. Give me the negative 1 stability. I'm already in the fucking gutters. Okay, and the press. The current constitution guarantees freedom of the press, which has led to an open opposition to the regime freely publishing their opinions in the papers. Although we have in the past hand-waved this whenever necessary, some hardliners in the party have argued that the state should have the power to censor and shut down papers that oppose the regime. I mean, so you are regulated by the party. Press is free within limits imposed by law. I will take the 10% stability. Our party popularity goes down maybe ever so slightly. We're still pretty good. Provincial administrations. For now, Sultan has the sole right to appoint governors to the various provinces of the empire, which has led to certain degrees of favoritism and nepotism, where close ties to the Padishah could lead to a cush position in one of the richer vilayets in the realm. To resolve the issue, a new proposal is being tabled when the party confers these positions among those that they deem most suitable. Liberals, however, have pointed out that this is just replacing one evil for another, and have forwarded their own proposal where the governments are appointed through local elections. So you are 75 political power. Every state gets unrest. That actually... Negative 1. Yeah, I think... We went from negative 41 to plus 7%. That is like a 50% stability swing. Yeah, no, that I'm happy with that choice. That is significantly the better choice there. Okay, veto rights. Article 116, in case of duly proved necessary, the Constitution may be modified in some of its provisions. This modification is subordinate to the following conditions. Every proposal of modifications, whether presented by the minister or by either of the two chambers, must be, in the first instance, submitted to deliberations of the Chamber of Deputies. If this proposition is approved by 2/3 of the members of the chamber, it should be moved to the Senate. In case the Senate will adopt the proposed modifications by a 2/3 majority, it shall be submitted to the sanction of His Majesty the Sultan. He can keep his veto. We can get the veto. Yeah, I mean, I do want to boost our own party popularity. 84%, I would say, is looking pretty goddamn good. And the royal pardon. Article 7 of the Constitution includes amongst the royal prerogatives the reduction and remission of sentences passed by penal courts and the granting of general amnesty. This was in 1909, adjusted to specify that general amnesty could only be granted in agreement with Parliament, but was revoked once again after the veto decree by Sultan Mehmed VI, during an attempt to bring power back to his office. With the revision of the Constitution underway, the party sees fit to add this clause back in and is contemplating whether or not to remove the entire line, stating that the penal courts are a separate entity and should not be contested by the state. Guarantee of separate powers. Let's scrap the line. I think that seems okay. Okay. Insurrection in Kurdistan. Give me the stability. 11%. I'm happy to see it. And a new constitution is declared. The new Ottoman constitution declared in the front garden of ancient Tapiko Palace today, with an accompanying ceremony and military parade. May our new Kunun-i-Isai be auspicious. We get procuring new constitution, 75 political power. I mean, overall, this actually seems pretty good. That actually seems like a pretty good little focus for us. Okay, so I did not get you because I did not reorganize that, but that's okay. Curtail religious organizations, 50% stability just off the bat. Get event civilian institutions, remove widespread illiteracy. I mean, that seems pretty good. Stability goes down by 15%. We get more recruit population, we get more factory output. And the international likes it a little bit more. We get a new political advisor, but he also seems kind of like ass. So you know what? Give me a guaranteed separation of powers, 35 days for 15% stability boost. That's pretty good. And we'll be at almost a normal amount. Almost normal. Let's not get, too carried away here. Famine in Tripolitania. Always left to the mercy of rain, Tripolitania suffer from an especially bad year, which has caused havoc to the harvest. The steady population growth of the last 2 decades has only exacerbated situations. Relief from Greater Syria and Anatolia is unable to fully cope with the crisis. Well, I mean, 50 political power. Well, do I care about Tripolitania? I don't think I do, because it's going to get probably destroyed by Cyrenaica anyway. I'm just going to assume that Cyrenaica is going to rebel against us and join up with the Egyptians. An unrest in Thrace. Isn't that like just where we just conquered? Yes, it is. During the dark years of the Empire, when its borders were under assault from all sides, massive population displacement occurred in the Balkans. As one day upon another, 100,000 Muslims found themselves in a nation overly hostile to their existence. Endless caravans of refugees were forced to leave the former Ottoman territories after its humiliating defeats and try to find a new home on the edge of the capital, where the Ottoman government tried to resettle them across Anatolia. Excuse me. Many of these people, forced out of their homes in a war they often play no part in, have seen in the recent reconquest of Bulgarian territory to finally return home, and have been encouraged to do so by Constantine, who desires to deport as many Bulgarians out of our territory as possible to make room for these people. The government has confiscated vast swaths of land from Bulgarian landowners, distributed amongst its citizens. Not surprisingly, the Bulgarian people living on the land are opposed to the government wherever they can, as skirmishes between Muslim Turks and Bulgars are a daily occurrence throughout the region. To answer the growing crisis and to restore public order to these new acquisitions of the Empire, the armies requested a mandate to restore order by force if necessary. Foreign responses have been openly negative to the deportations, and some more cautious members of the government are requesting us to tone down the scale of the operations to avoid creating a scene for the European intervention, not like those seen throughout the 19th century. Wait, do you have unrest mechanics as well? You do, but right now it's set to none. So you would go to medium. So it's like negative 2% stability. There you go. We're on medium and very low. That seems not horrible, all things considered. And now is there, because you're on high, decentralized authority. Could I guess say it was like a little bit of stability, but not too much. Okay, Hawaii is Joanie International. I mean, if this, like, why does Hawaii matter? I feel like if anything, Hawaii is just going to like distract the AI, but that's fine. Again, we are going to be hostile towards them in the future, so them being distracted is theoretically a good thing. Well, I mean, is anyone else joining International? You haven't. You did not. I mean, you did have the. You actually did get forced application. So I guess we could still theoretically see Sweden try to do the removing the monarchy. Because Norway is marked liberal. That usually means they'll probably join the Entente. You've already joined the Reichspakt. Education issues in southern Iraq. Further, encourage further Shiite enlistment. Sounds great to me. We have a lot of political power right now. Areas here will decrease. Heavy resistance from the ulama and conservative opposition. Well, right now, I think I don't want to touch too much here. What about 4 years of progress? What do you got? Construction speed, production efficiency, base. The Ottoman army as well. I mean, you know what? 2 military factories. We get that done in 70 days. Because right now, how many military factories do we actually have? We have 11, which is not terrible. Also, we are just only repairing shit at the moment. Yeah, please. These automatically repair. Don't worry about those at the moment, okay? Mostly just build military factories. Build some civilian factories if need be. Let the automatic repairs do their thing. Also, I actually have no idea who's going to win, though. I'm assuming that the Belgrade Pact's going to win against Bulgaria. But I will say this war's actually been going on for longer than I would have expected. So I'm kind of curious to see who will actually end up on top here. Okay, so you have 10 more days, so you're ready to go. 2 military factories. You're kind of garbage. You're another military factory. I get a design company, which it doesn't really, there's another military factory here, another design company. Trouble in Dubai. Integration of Arabia. Let's not intervene there at the moment. Give me my 2 military factories. 102 political power. I think we do just want to save up to get our party popularity guy. So we can have a fantastic stability boost. You know, what is it, 37 at the moment? You know, give me 1 level excavation. The Ottoman Empire, it's a pretty big country. We got a lot of natural resources. So getting the excavation plus 10%, I think just makes sense for us. Oh yeah, there we go. There's the abdication. Now the question is Sweden going to go commune, or are they going to have the military coup d'etat and then join the Reichspakt? Because I will say the Reichspakt's having a pretty solid game at the moment. Okay, there's the coup. Declared martial law, and then they should, I think, join the Reichspakt in a moment then. Typically, that's what happens when they do the military coup. Is they love to join the Reichspakt afterwards. But we'll see if that happens this time around or not. So MacArthur's going to lose because he chose, I mean, this is, I would say, like, the default MacArthur plan isn't bad as a player. But the AI cannot deal with this. Ooh, 12 fighters. The economic depression caused by the Black Monday crisis taking a heavy toll on our empire. The budget for the military has also seen a significant decrease. In order to make up for some of the losses, the Ottoman Naval Aviation League has decided to host a fundraiser in the shape of a spectacular camel wrestling championship, like which Anatoly has never seen before. Fantastic. I don't know exactly what that entails, but I'm happy for you. We need 18,000 guns. Holy shit. Well, I mean, are you the most efficient unit? Technically, you're... No, because you need tanks, which is probably not... I would say probably not super efficient. Well, how many territories are we technically occupying? Oh, actually, like a ton. Fantastic. Fantastic. I mean, everyone's at least going down. I'm assuming because their stability is no longer fucking pathetic. Okay, there's 2 military factories. Of course, we're going to put those on rifle production. It just is what makes sense. And you know what? After you... Arab, Anatolia... At peace with Kurdistan. What do you need? We need to... This is for after we defeat the Egyptians. Okay, that's fine. And you're also after we defeat the Egyptians. And of course, we'll probably want to go for settle old disputes. And align ourselves with the... Is faction leader at war? Okay, so when Germany's at war, we can do the gamble here. But I would like to be allies with the Germans, of course. Warriors of Progress. Infrastructure, factory output's always quite nice. Like, 0.2 political power gain per day is also, I would say, pretty good. But you know what? Let us reel in the Aeroviliates. The unrest in a couple of these areas will decrease. That gives us stability by proxy. And because the resistance cap will lower, should theoretically mean we need less units to kind of maintain all this territory, and I would consider that to also be a major win for us. But I would say after the establishment of a new constitution and a new way forward for the Ottoman Empire, this is going to be a good time for us to end off for today. But if you want to see more, remember to subscribe. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day, and goodbye.